Hey, listen up. I want you to hear me now. What just went through your head when I said that? That's what I want to talk to you about today. You see, we worry about communication, and sales is a communication profession. And your responsibility is excellent communication and getting a customer to understand what you want them to understand. Let's look through some models of communication that are popular in the communication field. So here's you, the sender, the seller, and here is the customer. And what's going on in their head. Of these two, which one decides on the purchase or on the transaction? Which one tries to sell and which one makes the decision? Where does the buying decision get made? The selling decision is easy. You can sell to anybody, but the buying decision gets made over here. So the only thing that matters, your sales career, your sales life, your commission, your career depends on the picture that formed inside your customer head of what outcomes they're going to achieve as a result of doing business with you. The value. Value is the outcomes a customer will achieve from doing business with you. This is the only thing that happens. Value only exists in your customer's mind. Well, easy, right? Wrong. You see, what happens, and this is kind of popular communication models, we each have our own biases, our own experiences, our own filter that shapes our view of the world and how we communicate. So our experiences, our biases, as I said, and we look at the world through those and choose to encode, choose words, choose languages, write sentences. And so we encode a message. And it goes through a medium, through the customer's filter. So here's a medium. Through a customer's filter. And then it gets decoded through the filter, right? So there's a decode. And finally makes its way into a customer head, and they make a picture. So the picture in your mind that you wanted to take place in the customer's head goes through this filter, gets encoded through a medium, gets decoded, put through a filter, and then turns into a picture in your customer's head. And that picture is the one that determines your commission. Not what you said, not your message, not your experience. What happened there? Now, know, like, and trust. We talk about how important know, like, and trust is. Know, like, and trust isn't the only thing in this filter, but how well the customer trusts you affects how much gets through and how they change what gets through that filter. So know, like, and trust makes that filter clearer, makes the window bigger, but it doesn't change how they decode. And it doesn't change any of their other biases, their experiences, the jealousies within the office, the rivalries, who they're trying to outshine inside the office. Any of that crap forms a filter that changes how the customer hears your message. So this is why I want to put the value proposition and your value messaging, value prop, value message, I'm going to just say mess, because the word message, I looked it up in 9 dictionary. The word message only is by definition communication in one direction. What happens if your message is perfect and your message is perfect from here and you sent it, but you don't know if your customer heard it. You don't know if they were too busy to hear it. You don't know if it was on a Zoom call and a critical word went bad or dropped out during the Zoom call. And then you don't know all of the customer's expectations. So when you send a message, you don't know what the picture is in the customer's head. And that's a problem because your commission is all about not what you said. It's not about your message. It's not about your discovery. It's about what happened in the customer's head. Value only exists right here in the customer's mind. So your job is to make value grow and blossom and bloom and thrive in the customer's head. And you can't know what happened if you're only sending value propositions this way, value messages this way. I was just online with a conversation with somebody who said, develop a real clear message and here's what your value message should look like. Well, here's the thing. You don't know if that, even if it was perfect, you don't know it, which means you don't know if your price is okay or not. For starters, you don't, even if they decided to buy and then they send it over to purchasing and the purchasing says your price is too high, even if your value message was perfect and it caused massive amounts of value in the customer and they say, yeah, okay, I'll buy it at this price. You don't know if that price is right. You don't know if that's a negotiating gambit and they're just trying to check you for price or if there's really a problem with your value. So it's very complicated trying to figure out what's going on in somebody else's mind, isn't it? Anybody who's been married knows that, or in a relationship of any kind knows that, with a customer or with a loved one or with a family member. So how do you get an idea of what that picture is in the customer's mind? It's complex, but it's simple at the same time. Ask questions. When you decide instead of value messaging, instead of storytelling, which is a great story that causes the customer to visualize, I want you to story build, story ask. Ask a question that says, other customers have experienced this. How do you see that affecting you? What do you see? How do you see that embodying in your world? What do you see that manifesting in your situation, for your career, for your life? When you ask those questions, you cause the customer to envision themselves adopting your solution, doing business with you, envision the outcome, and then describe for you the outcome. Two great things happened there. One, they told you, so you know what the picture is. Two, the simple act of asking that question caused them to compose, write, produce, direct, and star in a movie about themselves experiencing and doing business with you. You ask them to visualize doing business with you and tell you what they currently think that looks like. You created value. You caused value to come into being. You caused a movie to start playing in that customer's mind. When you ask them to visualize success, you're not only making that back channel of communication of confirming what actually made it through this mess into the customer's mind, you're actually causing a better thing to happen in their customer's mind. That's critical. And that's why I focus on value. It's all about value. Certainly the messaging and the medium is important and how we market messages and making sure that the message resonate with a customer in an outcome they're going to desire. But all of that is about getting something to happen in the customer's mind so that they'll decide they want to do business with you. I hope this helps. Give me a call or email me at mark@boundyconsulting.com. Thanks and have a high value day.